We're getting there. And it's starting to get pretty. Big steep hills coming out on both sides. Yeah, starting to look like riding country. So excited. I've not been to Zumbro Bottoms. And yeah, the GPS says we're within 5 miles of it. And yeah, looks like pretty country. Yeah, excited to get there and see what it's like. So here's the little town of Thielman, and we're making a very much right turn up into here. Yeah, we're coming out of town of Thielman, headed toward the West Assembly area, and yeah, road's turning to gravel. We're just a couple of miles from Zumbro Bottoms West Campground here. Yeah, and oh, it sure is getting pretty. I just love the bluffs and stuff. Oh, looking forward to it. The road's in good shape. They've had a bunch of rain up here this year. It's 2024, and said I heard that the trails do have some water damage, but they've been repaired, and there are a few places where little trees are down, but they're easy to get around. So yeah, driving right along between this bluff and a river, and just gently going downhill. Looks like pretty riding country to me. Road just keeps getting narrower. Oh, and the trees are closing in. It just keeps getting prettier and prettier. Let's see what these signs say. Pay station ahead. We must be here. Well, this is it. Look at that. Yeah, well, this looks nice. All tucked down into a valley here. Pitching posts and picket posts, or picnic tables. Yeah, looks pretty decent. And there's my friend Marnette's rig. Go park over there by her. Yeah, there's a bunch of campsites here. Awesome. I bet my horse is ready to get out of the trailer. It's about a 4-hour trip for us. So when you come to the Zumbro Bottoms West Assembly area, you come in on this road that's Zumbro Bottoms West. And yeah, it's not a big road, but it was well maintained and pretty drive. Back in here, you see 2 of these little signs as you arrive. This one seems to be pretty important since it's a primitive campground. Generators must be off from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Not sure if that applies to people with medical devices, but you might want to check. There's another sign up here. I think they're pretty serious about it being quiet. So yeah, and then as you come in, Camp Host is here on the right. There's a nice big pen for Camp Host and nice site for them just as you arrive. I did chat on Facebook with a lady that was Camp Host here last weekend. This is Wednesday, so during the week, at least at this time, there's not a Camp Host, but gosh, there's like nobody here too. So, and there is a meter over here, which is interesting. Must run the wells or something. I suppose maybe the Camp Host has electricity, but all the rest of the sites are primitive. So yep, the first thing they want you to do when you get here is, and also when you first arrive on the left, there are 3 dumpsters and there are 2 vault toilets right inside here. So if you arrive in need of trash or other services, you got them. And then straight in, this little kiosk guy gives you the rules. So let's go take a look. Welcome to the West Assembly area. Lots of information. Map over here. Information about the area here. Talks about camping and horse trail pass registration. You do need a pass for Minnesota horse trails. So yeah, make sure not to skip that. Firewood information. And then here is the horse trail pass cards and the cards for registration for camping. So, and then these I think are trail maps, but let's take a look. Something that's a little different about here at this time in 2024, you don't leave your money in a little tube thing or some kind of cash box deal. You fill these out and mail them in, or once you get out of the camper, you get some signal, you can go online and get these set up. So you got a couple things to fill out. This is the horse pass, same thing as ski pass. This apparently only takes credit cards. And you keep this green copy with you on your horse. And then this next piece has the information on it, and it's an envelope that doesn't require postage, so you can put that in the mail when you get into town or something. So yep, keep the green part with you. And let's see, these are, I think it's $5 a day, or you can get an annual pass for $21. And if you get an annual pass, they mail you some kind of card. So that's your horse pass, gotta have that. And then in this envelope, that goes to a little different place, so I guess you don't just drop them both in the same envelope, but this one has your card in it that you register for camping. And at this time in 2022, it's $22 per night. And camping card looks like this, regular information, looks like you can send cash, credit card, whatever, but yep, you put those in the mail. So what we did was we filled them out, put the money in with them, and just put them on the dash of our pickups sitting up there, so the folks would know that we were planning to pay. But here's another sign about generators. Applies to all, so yeah, keep that in mind when you come, as well as there is no power at the campsites here, but it certainly is a nice place. So here's kind of a 360 view of the West Assembly Grounds. There is roughly 70 spots for campers here. Right here, there's a hydrant. There's 4 enclosures like this with hydrants in them here. And I don't know how many poop bunkers are in here. I'll bet there's 8, maybe 10. There's high lines and hitching posts. It's a large area. Several vault toilets in this really super cool valley. There's a pay station with information up at the front where you first come in. And right over in here, there's a shelter house. Here's where we're set up. You just kind of pull in wherever you want to. And yeah, there's a bunch of it here, and this is not all of it. There's even more. Here's another view. more campers area back in there with more shade. There's a vault toilet right there. Yeah, lots and lots of places to camp it. And there's lots of fire rings. And lots of dump places. So this sign here has a code square to scan for paying for camping. So I'll put a photo of this in my video, and hopefully you can pause that and scan this and pay before you get here, because here in the campground, the three of us were not able to get any signal whatsoever. So here, just around the corner a little bit to the right, is another important feature of this campground. Since the phone signal here is not great, they have an emergency telephone here, which is a really, really good idea because, well, I'm sure y'all know sometimes things happen. And yep, right here up in front, you can make an emergency phone call. And then, so that's here. And then here is the first of 4, or yeah, at least 4 hydrants. So the hydrants are kind of on the corners of this big campground. They say there's 70 plus sites here. So if you want to be close to a hydrant, park in one of the corners of the campground. But yeah, it's pretty good sized place. And when I'd heard about this in my mind, I had pictured kind of just an open pasture, you know, where you just did your own thing when you got here. But it's not like that at all. There's not particular campsites, but there are tie lines, hitching posts, vault toilets, manure bunkers, fire pits, just everywhere. So it's not like this is just some pasture you park in. And there's in this area right by the front, there's a pretty nice shelter. Whoops, sorry about that. Nice shelter here, donated by the Minnesota Horse Council. And thank you very much to the Minnesota Horse Council, Backcountry Horsemen, and others that help maintain this park. It's a lot of work, and they do a great job. So thank you very, very much. So as you come in, these gravel pathways kind of dissect this large campground into about 3 chunks. And there's parking all the way around the outside, 2 big areas in the middle. This one where we're parked on this side, and then there's more camping a little more shady on the other side of us. And as far as we know, keep in mind this is our first trip here, there are 2 main trailheads that leave camp. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So you just come in and pick out any place that you want to be. It's all really super level. It rained a couple inches the first night that we were here, and there's like almost 0 puddles here. So right when you come in, there's this really nice shelter, and it says West Assembly Area Improvements by Minnesota Horse Council. So special thank you to Minnesota Horse Council for all the time, energy, and money that you've put into getting this park so nice and keeping it this way, and Backcountry Horsemen as well. That's just super awesome. So thankful to those folks that put all that money into here. So yeah, so that's what the campground looks like when you first come in, and I'll put together a 360 view so you can see the rest of it. But yeah, during the week here it looks like it's pretty empty. I hear on the weekends it can get pretty full. So we are here the first week of August. There was a cold front come through. It's unusual for this area, but 75 degrees yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And the bugs have not been bad. We're kind of worried about the bugs this time of year. I've not seen one of those big black bomber flies that bite so hard. I've seen about 3 of the little gold deer flies. Maybe 2 of the house type flies. And a few mosquitoes. Nothing more than what we would have near Iowa City in Iowa. And we're kind of worried what the mosquitoes would be like. Minnesota's famous for them, but yeah, it's kind of misty this morning. Makes the camp look kind of cool. Yeah, they could put up a lot of campers and horses in here. Again, this is West Assembly area. And I'll give you a little more information about the North Assembly area. I would not take a large rig in there. Looks like more of a day use type thing. You could stay, but boy, I wouldn't take a big trailer in there. And then Central Assembly, I don't think we're gonna get down to that one, but I hear it's a small one too. So this West Assembly area is the place to come and camp. So this is the North Assembly grounds at Zumbro Bottoms. The road is very narrow and the trees are not trimmed back to get in here. There's a pump right there. It's pretty small. If you've got a good size rig, I would not bring it back in here. If you were day riding or had a smaller rig, I guess you could. But boy, that West Campground, West Assembly area is so nice. I don't think I'd come down in here. And man, the mosquitoes are awful. There's a vault toilet, but yeah, that's kind of a 360 view of what the North Assembly ground looks like. There are a couple picnic tables here, but it's primitive. There's pump water here, but yeah, it's not much. Kind of a circle drive, but yeah, I suppose you could day ride from here. But yeah, I wouldn't bring a big rig in. So there are some spots, due to the enormous amount of unusual rain they got this year, that they're going to be doing some construction on. But like here. That's unusual here, but there are some spots that are kind of steep and rough, which I enjoy. I really like that. So yeah, you got a little bit of variation in the riding here. Well, we're just riding little bits out from camp, the trails that go uphill, because the other trail's pretty wet today. It rained a bunch. This is 2024, and this part of Minnesota has gotten a very, very unusual amount of rain this year. Their crops are behind and their hay is behind, but so kind of trying to just ride out from camp, go uphill and across, and then get off of them. Looking forward to it being a little drier tomorrow, but sure is pretty. Lots of hardwood trees, some cedars. Here's a little overlook. Let's go out here, see what we've got. I'm riding my horse Doc today. Doc's story is in my YouTube videos. If you look for Sanita Lena Doc, you can learn about him and the unique way he came to be mine. Well, that's sure pretty. Look at that. Yep. Yep, you can see where it's been flooded out in there. But yeah, it's a beautiful area, for sure. Let my friends come up. Oh, it certainly has been a beautiful day. Just couldn't ask for a nicer day for horseback riding. Doc's been across this bridge quite a few times now, and yeah, he just keeps getting better. So yep, we'll be on the east side of the river here in just a second, and ride back, or excuse me, on the west side of the river, and we'll be back over to the West Assembly where we are camping. And yeah, I'm going to put out probably 3 videos on Zumbro Bottoms, maybe 4. So if you like this one, look for the others. My channel name is Iowa Trail Rider. Sure appreciate it if you subscribe. Over 80% of my viewers don't subscribe, and then I don't get credit for them on YouTube. So sure, I appreciate it when you take a minute to subscribe. So proud of this horse and the way he's handling these obstacles that are new to him. There he goes, right through the V gate, just like that. Yeah, when we're on our way back. Trails are well marked, and there are a few of them that are closed right now. This one says trail closed to all use due to severe washout conditions. The river's right over there, so that's understandable. But really, we didn't have much trouble on the trails. I marked, I think, 3 areas that I want to report. Probably areas that they already know about, but they did ask on the website to send directions on where you thought it was the worst, and they put it on their list to fix. So yeah, pretty cool place to ride. I will definitely be back here. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video of Zumbro Bottoms here in Minnesota. We just have had a great time. It's always fun to come to a new place. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching all the way to the end and giving this video a thumbs up. Happy trails, everybody, from Beth Boyle, Iowa Trail Rider.